Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate, the Enhanced Edition. And as we left off, Godan had probably the most horrific night of his life. His foster father was cut down almost before his very eyes. He was told to flee and did so. Came to the road and passed out from fatigue, injury and shock. Woke up this morning to the rather chirpy sounds of Imoen, and realisation has kicked in. It was not a horrific dream, it was reality. His foster father is gone, slain by some strange armoured figure, and his parting words from Candlekeep ringing in our ears. The friendly arm in. Khalid and Jaheira. That is where we must go. But not straight away, because there are a couple of things we need to do here first. First of all, Imoen mentioned this letter that Godan might have on his body, and therefore we're going to head north to the ambush site. As much as we don't want to, we're going to have to see if we can find any clues as to what's going on in the letter. And then after we've gone there, Godan is going to want to explore the vicinity of this particular area to see if there are any further clues to assist, if there are any items dropped or anything that might give any further indication as to who's behind these recent attacks. So that's going to be what's going to take up most of his time this morning. So, without further ado, we'll go to the ambush site. Upon Imoen's arrival, Godan dusts himself off and checks his pack to see if any items have fallen out. All appears to be in order. Imoen grins as she too opens her pack and explains to Godan that she pilfered a few goodies before leaving Candlekeep. Some healing potions, one of which she hands to Godan, an oil of speed, which she also hands over to him, and a wand of magic missiles, which she keeps for herself. The wand ejects a missile of magical energy that strikes its target with unnerving accuracy, including enemies in a melee, although total concealment can render the spell useless. Godan also notes that Imoen has brought along a short bow. She must have taken it from the Candlekeep armoury, but he sees no short sword, another weapon with which she has shown some proficiency with in the past. A good thing, perhaps. Godan certainly doesn't want her wading into the thick of battle, and would prefer her to pick the enemy off from a distance. On the whole, Godan is quietly pleased about Imoen's arrival. Her intelligence and sociable personality make her enlightening company, although her naivety and quick-to-trust nature can lead her astray at times. But don't confuse her for a dizzy little girl, or do so at your peril. She's hardier than she looks, and she's a crack shot with that short bow, and to cap it off, she's a trained thief. That's right, little Miss Innocent is adept in picking locks and picking pockets. The sweet harmless veil that graces her exterior is the perfect guise for the unsuspecting, and although she always claims to take from those who don't need to give to those that do, in Godan's mind, a thief is a thief, and cannot claim to be noble. He certainly intends to put her skills to good use in time. Whilst deep in thought, Imoen places her hand upon Godan's shoulder for comfort. He knows what he must do, and the pair of them begin to walk north to face the grisly task of rooting through Godan's body to try and find this letter. So here's Ryan, here's Godan's body. Not quite the sight that Godan was looking forward to seeing. His foster father laying out in the dirt. Stalling for time, Godan heads towards the loose piles of equipment scattered about the ambush site. A scroll of invisibility, some armour and weapons, and a handful of coins are quickly placed into his pack. Stalling over, Godan gingerly walks across the lifeless body of his foster father. Okay, so I've got to loot from the bodies of the fallen enemy. 58 gold pieces, a strange belt, a dagger and a scroll were all that Gorion took with him from Candlekeep. Before plucking up the courage to read what the scroll contains, Godan hands Imoen the leather armour he took from the ground moments earlier. She thanks him and starts to put it on, hoping that appearing distracted would provide Godan with less pressure to unfurl the scroll. Okay, so here's Gorion's scroll. My friend Gorion, please forgive the abruptness with which I now write, but time is short and there is much to be done. What we have long feared may soon come to pass, though not in the manner foretold, and certainly not in the proper time frame. As we both know, forecasting these events has proved increasingly difficult, leaving little option other than a leap of faith. We have done what we can for those in thy care, but the time nears when we must step back and let matters take what course they will. We have perhaps been a touch too sheltering to this point. Despite my desire to remain neutral in this matter, I could not, in good conscience, let events proceed without some measure of warning. The other side will move very soon, and I urge thee to leave Candlekeep this very night, if possible. The darkness may seem equally threatening, but a moving target is much harder to hit, regardless of how sparse the cover. A fighting chance is all that can be asked for at this point. Should anything go awry, do not hesitate to seek aid from travellers along the way. I do not need to remind thee that it is a dangerous land, even without our current concerns, and a party is stronger than an individual in all respects. Should additional assistance be required, I understand that Jaheira and Khalid are currently at the Friendly Arm Inn. They know little of what has passed, but they are ever thy friends, and will no doubt help however they can. Luck be with us all. I'm getting too old for this. Signed, E. So yet somebody else that knows what's going on, and the more people that seem to know that's what's going on, and the fact that Godan doesn't, makes him ever increasingly angry. Why wasn't he told so that he could prepare himself better as to what's going on? Why was everything so hush-hush, so secretive? Sheltered indeed. Anyway.
Go on then.
Can't afford to stand here and stew about it. Time's ticking this morning, and we need to continue our investigation into the local area to see if there are any further clues. The pair of fresh-faced adventurers begin their investigations into the area surrounding the ambush site to look for further clues of who or what was behind the attack. They are barely a few paces into their stride when some rustling can be heard by some nearby bushes. Oh, and we're getting attacked here. Diseased gibbling whom we can't see. Oh, but Imoen's got her bow out and she's off and at him. Oops. We have Godan on his throwing axis.
Go on then.
It was unmistakable. The writhing mass of fur and flesh that was howling and shrieking as it approached was a gibbling. Imoen remembers hearing about them in her lectures of creatures, magical and otherwise. Gibblings are hunchback humanoids with pointed ears, shining black eyes, black manes, and freakish grinning faces. They usually attack in great numbers, although more as a disorganised mob than an efficient group. It was strange, however, seeing one during the day, as they are well known to be nocturnal beasts and as such cower in fear from bright light and particularly fire. The forest surrounding Imoen and Godan offered minimal cover, and thus Imoen surmised that the gibbling must have been lost or riddled with madness. Imoen concludes that the two of them should be just fine, just as long as the ghastly furballs continue to attack in an isolated manner. As their exploration leads them towards the cliffs overlooking the Sea of Swords, Imoen notices a nervous-looking young man standing far too close to the edge. She decides to approach to see what's the matter. So here's a man stood by the edge of a cliff. Chase. Godan not in the mood this morning to converse with people. He's obviously upset, angry, a wave of emotion running through his body. So, Imoen,
You're a queer fellow.
going to be doing most of the talking.
I'm gone.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
Hello? Well, I was about to tell you not to come any closer, but that never seems to work, does it? Well, regardless, I should remain true to the genre. Don't come any closer or I'll jump. Yeah, you heard me, and I'll do it too. So, don't come any closer, again, and don't try to stop me. Now, if this was Godan speaking to the man, I'm sure I'd tell him to take a running jump for all he cared. Makes no difference to him, but innocent, sweet Imoen, no doubt, gonna try and talk him out of it. You're right, of course. What a fool I was to think this would solve anything. It didn't solve anything the last time I stood here and was stopped, nor the time before that. I really should develop a better method of dealing with adversity. Such a long walk as well. Perhaps I had Mumsy construct a cliff closer to town. Oh well, thanks for your concern. Ta! Just like that, a man's life was spared.
What you want? This way.
Good on you, Imoen. Good on you.
Spit it out.
Imoen and
I'm on
Godan continue on their way back towards the road, and as they do so, Godan spots a sign for Candlekeep, causing some doubts to run through his mind. For so long he wanted to leave and venture out into the world, but less than a day into his travels, his foster father lay dead, and someone is actively seeking his death. Candlekeep's doors are now closed to him unless he can return with a tome of great value. But if the doors were open, would he return back to Candlekeep? He does not know the answer, but he does know one thing. That decision has been taken out of his hands, and thus he only has one choice: to try and survive. And that survival is put firmly to the test, as a large, fierce-looking wolf can be spotted in the distance. And what's worse, the wolf has spotted him too. Okay, so here's a dire wolf. I don't think we are quite
You rang.
trained enough in the art of combat, nor in decent enough equipment to deal with a wolf of the dire variety. I think we'll try and skirt round if we can. In fact, the wolf is coming after us, seeing us. This is bad news indeed. I don't think we're going to be able to beat this damn thing.
My blade will cut you.
Oh, it's bitten us already. 3 damage. I could be wrong, but I really think we're going to struggle here. Although we did get a critical hit. And it's badly injured. No, it's going after Imoen.
I've done had enough of this.
Oh, God. Oof. Do we risk it? One more bite and he's dead. I don't want to waste a potion here, but I don't think we're going to have much of a choice, because if we get one more chomp, it's game over. Ay, ay, ay. It's like a gamble, isn't it? What do you do? Oh! Woo! Oh my gosh. I didn't think we had what it took to kill one of them dire wolves. I thought maybe the regular wolves will be fine, but the dire wolves maybe will struggle a little bit. But, well, we're heavily injured, but we came out on top.
Go on then.
Certainly
Sorted.
worthy of a quick save, I think. A deep gouge on his left leg smarts where the wolf sunk its teeth into him, but Godan can't help but burst into laughter. His first real test, and he's passed.
Hello there.
Not quite with flying colours, but black and white will do. Okay, so here's Cliffside approaching Godan. Grumpy, upset, and now quite injured. Certainly not in the best of moods. Well, a busy day for me today indeed. Strange noises throughout the night, and now a plethora of people strolling about the wood. You do look a touch more hospitable than the last two I met, though. Well met, stranger. I am called Colset. Alright. So I think trust is on an all-time low, and as I said, we're grumpy, so he's going to snap at this man. Well, I imagine you're either the cause or a victim of the carnage I heard to the north last night. It's a shame what the iron shortage has done to people's manners. You would do well to treat people you meet with a touch more respect, at least until you determine if they're a threat or not. You won't get far if you don't make friends. Though, there are a couple of fellows on the road to the east that will suit your demeanour quite nicely, I am sure. Yeah. If we wished for your opinion, pal, we'd have asked for it. Now get out of here. Ugh. As you would have it. I wish you luck. You're certainly going to need it. No doubt Imoen sort of glancing across, thinking, it's a bit harsh. But knowing Godan well enough not to say anything about it.
Right, what's this then?
Oh, there's another diseased gibbling. I don't think we're going to have to whip out the potions for this one.
Spit it out. Sorted.
Another gibbling falls by the wayside. Godan doesn't mind warming his sword down against these critters, and hopes the rest of the forest contains more gibblings than wolves. Oh, this is a regular wolf. Regular wolf alert. Regular wolf alert. And it's seen us. I think
You ride.
we're going to have to pop a potion here. I don't want a chance getting chomped on.
Go on then. Get over here.
I can't. I've done had enough of this.
Oh, for another critical hit by Godan. 18 damage in one foul swoop. And an arrow to the buttock was enough to put it down. Alright.
Spit it out. Right, what's this then?
Okay, so these woods just to the east of Candlekeep, not the safest of places. Wolves galore here. Suppose not bad if you're wanting a wolf pelt cloak.